وأعزائي المشاهدين نرحب فيكم معنا هني مع EComicCon Live. بيكون اليوم عندنا إن شاء الله مقابلة جميلة جدا مع شخص متميز من هونغ كونغ. Ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome again to a second episode taking place here at EComicCon Live. I got my gauntlet, man. It's all shiny and we got all the stones together in one place right here as we're having an interview with another amazing cosplayer, guys, all the way from Hong Kong. His name is Kevin. He is so prominent with his cosplays, too technical, too smart, way too advanced with what's going on in his own place and to our own con as well. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me. Put your hands up. Let's go for Kevin, our amazing cosplayer. What's up, Kevin? Here we go. يا جماعة الحين بنبتدي معاكم بأول مقابلة هني لشخص متميز جدا في عالم الكوسبلاي اللي هو الأستاذ كيفن من هونغ كونغ. أنا جاهز مع الجانلت، خلينا نبتدي. فكيفن, let's go, man.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Nice to meet you guys. It's my first time in EComicCon and I'm super excited right now.
Oh man, we're excited to have you over all the way to Hong Kong. So what time is it at your place?
It's 10 p.m. right now. Just have my dinners.
Okay. You had your Spidey dinner, I would say.
Yeah.
All right, cool. No,
Okay.
you're having your dinner. It's all good. It's 10 o'clock in Hong Kong. Right now, it is 5 p.m. in Saudi Arabia, and it is as well 6 p.m. at UAE. So you got your Spiderman thing going on. I got my gauntlet. Let's go, man, with the first question taking place right here for EComicCon Live. And of course, special thanks goes to Panache and Domain for making this happen. So tell me, man, before cosplay, how did you get into cosplay, man?
Wow, that's a long story. Back to 2013, right before I get into cosplay, I was a part-time engineer because I'm a full-time student. And
Okay.
I tried to build like an exoskeleton suit on my own. Like after my public examinations, I try to build, because I watched the Iron Man movie. I want to build real life Iron Man suit instead of cosplaying. But eventually it failed because I don't have enough resources and money to finish the whole build. So I ran into cosplay by accident. All of an accident, just like a spark, a spark who motivated me to cosplay or make something is funny, enjoy it, like creating something without, I don't know, pressures, just enjoy it. And I start cosplaying at that time.
Makes a lot of sense. You just said you're a part-time engineer because the things you've been doing, man, it is out of this world. I mean, we got a lot of questions for you, man. We are ready for this. We got 3 pages of these. Because we are so inspired by your work, man. So, of course, we got to know about when did you start cosplay. And thing is, you are so known for the Spider-Man cosplays. Like it's like becoming a brand, association, definitely. But did you do anything before the Spider-Mans?
Actually, that's kind of weird. My first costume wasn't Spider-Man costume. The first costume I made, it's a Venom costume. It doesn't look that good. It's actually a jumpsuit. I try to spray paint whole black and add some paint on it. Try to make it look like a helmet, a Venom helmet of the jar that can move. With clay and duct tape.
With clay? No way.
Because I had no idea how to make costume at that time. So I just try to imagine like the texture, how I build the moving jar, like Venom. I was going to do like a moving tongue, like can roll back and retract back and coming out like that. But of course, it's my first build. It doesn't work at all.
So you actually wanted to do the tongue, like a mechanical tongue?
Yeah, a mechanical tongue. That can retract, because I wanted I want to go to Comic-Con, when I get into people, like scare them and make the mechanical tongue to track out, just to select. That's kind of, I don't know. I was weird at the time. That was kind of weird.
Dude, actually, that would have been phenomenal if you actually managed to do that. Wow, I mean, I can imagine like you almost like it's like hi, like the tongue and all that. That would have been phenomenal. Actually, that would have been cool, crazy. So, do you still have that prototype of Venom?
I don't have it anymore, but I do have a new one. You can see it's over there. It's Superior Venom.
Oh man, I see
Based on that design, but I just replaced all the mechanical parts into electronic parts.
Okay. Oh, dude, engineering stuff all the way. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, besides Spider-Man, like, because there are a lot of cosplayers out there that are that promotes the exoskeleton mechanics. Like I would say, Raiden from Metal Gear. You never thought of that?
Not that much because I'm not a gamer. I didn't play a lot of game, but because I'm not good at it, so I didn't play a lot of game. I'm more likely to cosplay comic characters. I do have a plan on Iron Man for future plans, but we can talk about it later after the Spider-Man verse.
Yes. I'm Iron Man. I can't snap. So don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm safe. You see, but I can you hear it? It doesn't work. I don't know how Thanos makes it happen. Anyway, on to the next question. So with all of that been said, of course, and and again, you're so associated to Spider-Man because of all your amazing work. So my question to you right now, and to a lot of people who would ask you the same question, why Spider-Man?
For me, Spider-Man is my childhood hero. The first superhero movie that I have ever seen. But how do I switch from Venom? Actually, I did Deadpool too. Switch from Venom, Deadpool, and then Spider-Man.
Okay.
It's also an accident, It's also an accident. I do love Spider-Man, but I don't have the confidence to cosplay because back to 2014, I was still a bit, not very great in shape. Think about muscle suit or a lot of things. I'm overthinking a lot, so I'm not cosplaying Spider-Man at that time because of my girlfriend. She was really amazed by Spider-Man. She thinks Spider-Man is God at that time. I'm kind of jealous. And at that time, it was her birthday, and I was like, okay, I will try to surprise you. I will become Spider-Man then. Then I start learning how to, step by step, how to make Spider-Man costume. And after that time, the first time, after that, I'm completely addicted to it. That is very crazy. I keep making new costume, keep finding minor problems, try to make the perfect Spider-Man costume, how to gain muscles, how to become better in shape. Then I can throw away the suit and I can just put on the costume and come say hi.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So that's legit. I mean, that's a legit point actually. It's like, I think if I was in your shoes, I would do the same thing. It's like, I want to impress. I want to be like, hey, look, it's your favorite neighborhood hero. I got it. So now, as the question follows up with that, because we got a lot going on here on the, you see, again.
Just comment. I can do it. Just do it.
It's like, but thing is, you said a lot of things that I would like even to minor into that right now. But I would just say, with all the Spider-Man things you've been doing, he said the word be in shape, and especially Spider-Man is so, he's so flexible. He's into the capoeira kind of movements.
Yeah.
And, he jumps. He's like a mix of parkour / capoeira / spider martial arts man thing going on. So, I mean, being Spider-Man requires you to be in shape, right? So tell me about that.
It's really painful. No ice cream. I love sweets or not. No candy, no gummy, none of them. No, I'm just kidding. I do have my cheat day.
Okay.
Actually, at the beginning, I'm not quite get into diet. I do a lot of workout, but lack of sleep, not enough diet, not good diet, not a good habit. But I still gain a little bit muscles. Back that time, I do wear a muscle suit inside the costume, for the padding, shoulders, the chest, a little bit on the arm. And but actually, it's in recent, I tried to do better diet. Eat more vegetables like broccoli, chickens, even squid. It's very good. Seafood,
protein.
Eat a lot because as I get I learned from YouTube. They say workout is just a way to how to say that not destroy the workout is just
Okay.
it's the start of the whole muscle gaining process. But after that, you have to eat and sleep. That's the main point.
All right. So a lot of protein, seafood, chicken, broccoli. So that was your diet, pretty much. No carbs.
A little bit carbs because I don't want to gain a lot of fats. I want to keep the shape, you know. But actually, it's not very good. It's not a good recommendation. Like cut off all the carbs. But I do have a little bit carbs.
Okay. And how long you had that diet for?
From right now, the new diet I have is like 3 weeks already. 3 weeks. Because it's really impressive to start having diets. Because because when I started my workshop back to 2017, I'm hit the gym for around 2 to 3 years in that period. So I have a huge muscle suit in that period between 2017 until now. Because until now I'm back to the gym again, and I'm trying to like do it better, like do it in a good habit, like do it somehow, like do it right, kind of say do it right, because I want to get more muscle, gain more muscle this time.
All right. So right now you're more focused on aesthetics, like just building the body that would fit the suit. But have you ever thought of performance? Maybe you wanted to learn something that Spider-Man would do, maybe a certain dance, a certain movement, capoeira, all that kind of stuff.
I've went to the gym, not just work out. They have a lot of mirrors inside the gym. I try to pose. I learn to pose, how to pose like Spider-Man, just like crouch to the down. They have the angle, like how you do the arm, do the web shooting. They have a lot of things to learn. I actually went to YouTube and learned some learn some poses from a stuntman, the actual stuntman from the movie. They do have some video show how to pose like Spider-Man, how to act like Spider-Man when you're in costume. Because each time when I'm in costume, I would try my best not to break the magic, because the kid come by to say, "You're Spider-Man." Then I would say, "Yeah, I'm Spider-Man. I'm from New York. Nice to meet you. You want to be in Avengers?" Like keep asking them questions, like being active inside the suit. So that's a lot to learn. Learn from a stuntman is the best way,
Learn from a stuntman. That's amazing. So with that being said, now you've been working out, you've been getting your costumes, you've been having all of that. So tell me, like the whole mechanical things with the Spider-Man suit, like how did you start with that? What was the first thing you thought when you wanted to do a Spider-Man suit? What was the first thing that came to your mind? What was the first thing in the process?
All right, the first thing actually is kind of simple. I want to look cool. I don't want to have a raincoat Spider-Man costume. I want to be the best. Yeah, at the beginning, I want to be the best, but I don't have the effort, the resources to make it. So I keep trying. At the beginning, I was like, I have no ideas how Spider-Man costume works in the movie industry. So I would just do a lot of research, like how do I make the best face shape? Because actually, they have a face shape inside the mask. I didn't know that like before I start cosplaying Spider-Man. Actually, there's a group in Facebook. It's called Spidey Society. A lot of Spider-Man
Society.
Yeah, the name is kind of.
There's a group for that, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, we all like keep on developing new text on Spider-Man. We talk about the pattern on it because actually we have designed the patterns of the Spider-Man suit and print it on the lycra or spandex, and then sew it. There are lots of techniques like sharing inside there.
So how long did it take you to learn all of that, man? So you go and you got inspired with the whole thing with the face, but it's like, how long was the process?
Wow, that's a real long process. If you're speaking of Spider-Man,
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I cannot imagine. I can't imagine too. I can't imagine I can stay so long in Spider-Man cosplay. I don't know, because if just for costume, like Spider-Man cosplaying, it's been around 6 years already. 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, for just Spider-Man.
6 years. Okay.
6 years. If for the mechanical lenses, the moving lenses, is about 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Whoa. 3 years for that.
Yeah.
It's like, the thing is, man, as in the world of cosplay, right? So cosplayers are known to cosplay as different characters they please, or they follow the trend sometimes. So certain cosplays would take them, maybe I would say they will stay for 1-2 months, and we'll say, oh my God, 2 months. I mean, that's a lot, and they will practice a certain performance, and they buy the certain texture. So we're not used to see a person who is just perfecting one cosplay. But now you are pretty much, to me, you are breaking that norm, because for a lot of cosplayers, they would say, what, we want to do different cosplays, different costumes. And, certain cosplays will be like to a certain level, certain cosplays will be like, just casual. But you took Spider-Man to a perfectionist level. Like I think to a point Marvel can just like snatch it right now. It's like, you know what? It's going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. So have you ever thought, like, you'll be stuck? I won't say stuck, but you'll be like so attached to Spider-Man that much to the point, you're okay by just being Spider-Man for 6 years?
Yeah, I never thought about it. I would be like cosplaying Spider-Man for that long, and I don't want to change yet. I still want to keep going on cosplaying Spider-Man, because each time I made a new costume, and maybe I would think the costume is looking good for at least 3 days. And after that, I would say, no, that seems looks weird, really looks weird. And I was like, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. No. I'm going to do it again. No.
For that, in that case, Wednesday, I want to do it again. How many trials did you have before reaching to that satisfying point?
I don't think that's possible to count anymore, Actually, like this one, for this mask.
Yeah, let's see that.
It's the latest one. I haven't finished it yet because I'm still working on the mechanism inside. You can see for this one, it's based on the Homecoming mask, Homecoming Spider-Man. Yeah. For this lenses, it can open like fully open. For this one, it's fully closed.
Yeah.
You can see the layers.
Okay. It's
a layers lens.
Oh, look at the layers, man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All move independently. I mean individually. Yeah. 6 layers.
Dude.
I can try to move it.
Please, if you don't mind. Oh.
Yeah. Just like this. I think you can focus on. Yeah. 6 layers.
Bro.
And I'm still working on the mechanism because,
legit.
Because each time if I have a design on the moving lenses, each time in my mind I have a design, I have to do like a tons of trial, like on in the computer, in the real life, because it's different. Like if I can do a simulation inside the computers, it looks perfect inside the computer, inside the software. But when I print it out in the 3D printer and do it in the real world, it looks a lot different. A lot of bugs, artifacts. It's a pain in the ass, Actually, I spent like, for this version, I spent like 3 months already, and I'm still working on it.
Oh man. So wow. So how did you know that the Spider-Man, I would say, eyes had so many layers? Is it something you came up with, or you had to do some research about it? Like there were like what 4 or 5 layers on that?
6 layers for this one, but I'm still adding.
6 layers.
Adding layers.
You're adding more layers?
Yeah, because actually, if you look closely to the movie, like slow motion, like slow-mo it and pause it frame by frame, you will see all the layers that move, like slowly moving. It's like a couple of layers, not just 2 layers. Just like a camera shutter.
It's just because, the thing is, for us, Spider-Man, and he has those eyes, white eyes, because I don't know why, but we never thought that his eyes, when he blinks, they're actually layers coming together to do one blink. We never thought of it that way. We never thought that Spider-Man could actually be mechanical when it comes to the face.
Yeah, actually, this concept is based on it's created by Ryan from I forgot his full name, but it's Ryan from MCU. He's the visual head. I met him before, and we talked about this too. It's like it's from the concept of a camera shutter, like the iris mechanism. They can like turn a circle and then like move all the layers, the blade, and close it just like a camera. Because it's an advanced suit from Mr. Stark, from Tony Stark. So there's going to be a lot of new tech inside the costume, not just like the movie. But obviously they want to make this because they want to like Spider-Man have emotion, just like the movie, not just like the comic. They have different emotions on the mask, but it's not practical in real life. So they just put that concept into the camera shutter thing, like this. So they have a lot of layers of the lenses.
Oh,
that's
man.
right.
Oh, yeah. Man. So because it's it's Iron Man's technology at the end of the day, right? So it has to have a lot of technology and a lot of shutters. Man, whoa, that's dedication. I gotta give you that, man. You know, I won't snap. Don't worry, I won't snap. I just like clap.
Don't snap me away. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
I'm inspired. It's just, so you say you had 3D printers, right? I mean, all of that has been done by a 3D printer.
Yeah.
So you go on a PC. What? You gonna work on 3D Max or Maya? Or it's like a 3D software.
I mainly use SolidWorks and Blender. Blender for the facial and
Sure.
SolidWorks for the mechanism.
Okay.
I separate both parts into two software because both of the softwares have their own advantage and disadvantage. Like if I want to build like an organic face, like human face shape, using Blender is much better. It's easier to do it because you can use the edge modeling tools or sculpting. I even try to ZBrush, but I'm not very good at ZBrush. I'm good at sculpting in real life, but I'm not good at sculpting things inside a computer. But for the mechanism, using SolidWorks is much more accurate because they do have a lot of maps inside. You have to calculate the angle, calculate the circle, the size of the thing. So using SolidWorks has been much easier. Because back to 2017, I don't know anything about how to do 3D modelings, how to do simulations. I have no idea on that. I'm just using a paper and pencil to create all the mechanisms. Wow. Yeah, that's really, really, really difficult to do it. And at a point, I think I cannot improve anymore. I have to learn something new to improve my design. So I start to learn through these softwares or the engineer stuff. I little do things to look back to 2013 when I was working on the exosuit instead of cosplaying. I have no idea on any engineer stuff. I just do anything by just based on my mind. I think of things and I try it, and it works. No calculations. That's why I'm failed at the time.
Okay, dude, you're talking and it's like I'm like in my head right now. It's like the amount of dedication you got. The amount of drive and motivation you have must be like beyond like over 9,000 by now. It's like
over 9,000. Yeah,
definitely like Goku level right now. You're like Super Saiyan. I guess it's because it's for somebody to go in that depth, And I don't know if you did it because you want to impress but it seems like there's like a self-satisfying motivation that you want to go through. That there's this dopamine going in your head right now. It's like, I need to do this. Like apparently he had a lot of goals. I'm like, for a person to go that deep, because Blender, I used Blender before, and it's not that easy to begin with. Blender is an open source, free to use 3D software. For you to learn Blender, to use that for your 3D printer, man, wow. That's all I can say. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of dedication. I don't know how you do this, but dude, I think all of us wants to have a bit of your, your like, your oomph. We need that.
Sure. Maybe you mean my what's my future plans or right now? Yeah, may I craft? Because you mean right now you want to know what I'm aiming for to do? Or...
Well, it's more like I'm just, to be honest, it's just me complimenting your drive.
Oh yeah, okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, maybe I wasn't clear about it, just because I'm just like things like for anybody to go that deep. I know, maybe I'm a little bit sidetracked here because I'm just very impressed. Honestly, not only I think everybody else out there, like there's like, oh my god, man, you actually figured out the fact that Spider-Man has those shutter layers, like that kind of movement, which is phenomenal. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you for following your dreams. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now we know. On to another one here. I mean, oh man, texture. Yes.
All right, textures.
Spider-Man's texture. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's a long story too. It's a huge story.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
It's maybe I can show you something first before I actually talk about texture. I do have something.
Okay.
This one. This is my first homecoming costume. Oh, maybe it's not that clear because of the glass, but you can see the texture on it and signed by Stan Lee. And this is my first homecoming costume, and I framed it because it's signed by the creator of Spider-Man. And actually, it's the first costume that I've done all the texture by hand.
Dude,
like
whoa.
Every texture, every little circles, squares, line. I just done it by hand. Yeah, that's why I've created it.
How?
There are different ways to create texture on a spy suit. For me, if you don't have much resources and you don't want to invest too much into like one costume, I do have a tip. You can use puffy paint. Puffy paint for kids to create the like a 3-dimensional line on shirt. Yeah, it's a kind of acrylic paint, but they can keep the dimensions. Just like if you want to cosplay like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 costume, they have the 3D webs on it. You can just we will call it puffy paint the line. Puffy paint the line and create a texture on it. This is the simplest way to do it. But a little bit advanced, you can do it like mix the puff paint with, we can call it puff paint too. We can mix the puff paint with latex in a certain ratio.
Latex, okay.
Yeah, to increase the durability. Like you can use it because any type of paint, they will crack eventually. So you can add latex to increase the durability, but they will crack eventually too. But this is the tip to how to create texture on it. And besides puffy painting, I do learn some techniques from the textile workshop. It's called screen printing. They mostly use screen printing for the movie costumes. Just like for example, like Deadpool. It looks like leather. It looks like leather, the red part.
Yeah.
It looks like leather, but it's actually neoprene or spandex printed texture on it. It looks like, and weathering, it looks like texture. There are little squares inside. If you just like zoom in just to look at the movie costume, you will see a little square, like square by square.
Yeah.
That's the texture on it. And by screen printing it, you can create a texture. But I'm not gonna drill too deep into screen printing because I'm not a very professional in this part too. I know how to do it, but I'm not very good at it. I don't want to like giving out like false information and people do it wrong because you have to invest a lot in screen printing. Really, really a lot.
I can only imagine, man.
A lot of trial and fails, and spend you a lot of time. But screen printing, you can just Google it or find it on YouTube. It's a really good technique to create texture. And if you don't want to invest too much, you can just go to the puffy paint technique. Puffy paint technique is very good, but really time consuming. Actually, I kind of hurt my finger because I, do a texture by hand last time. It's a homecoming costume. It's kind of hurt, because you just add the puffy paint inside a bottle, like mixed with latex, and squeeze the line, squeeze the dots one by one.
Okay.
It's really time consuming, but it's the easiest way to make texture on costume.
Man, for a second there, I just realized and noticed is that with a lot of cosplayers, when we talk about cosplays, we talk about mostly about their inspiration of why they took certain character or what is cosplay to them and the social aspect. But with you right now, it's so interesting to see that we're more in depth of the production of cosplay. So when it comes to cosplay right now, do you see yourself more as a cosplayer or a manufacturer or a designer? I mean, what do you see yourself mostly? If that's the case,
I would say it's a mix. It's a mix. I can't define myself like in a certain categories. It's a mix of engineer, designer, and I would somehow say I'm a content creator, maybe content creator.
Content creator. Okay.
I'm more like a content creator, but the content is tangible. It's not intangible. The difference is, maybe you can just call me designer, whatever, anything. But because I combine like different knowledge and technique into one costume, so it's kind of hard to define which areas I'm in. Just cosplay.
Okay. And you've been saying the word 3D printer a lot. I'm guessing that thing in the back is a 3D printer, right?
Yeah, it's small FDM printers that can print facials and like small helmet, not a gigantic helmet because I do have a small helmet. So yeah, for this one they can do helmets and facials because I mainly use this machine to create prototype.
Wearable helmets?
Yeah, wearable helmet. This one. I use this machine to create it, this 3D printer to create it. Inside, they have a facial inside, which I can show you. This one.
Oh man! Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this is what I was talking talking about the facial inside the mask to keep the face shape.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm noticing a signature. There's a signature on the mask. Is that Stan Lee's signature?
Oh, not this one. It's the.
Oh, that's not the signature. Oh, because I thought I saw some scribble on it.
Yeah, this one is the mask. It's the first mechanical lenses that I ever made.
Look at that.
Yeah, this is the first prototype. It's actually, this one has no electronic parts inside, no coating, no electronic, no 3D printing, all by hand. It's controlled by my jar. I actually got to grab the concept from the Chinese lion dance puppet. They have the lion dance puppet that can blink. They have a blinking, the eyeball can blink. It's controlled by 2 wires inside the helmet. So they wear the giant helmet and do dance, puppet dance, and they control the eyes with 2 hands. But for this one, it's controlled by my jar. So when I open my mouth, the eyes will open.
Oh man. So I'm guessing you flew all the way. I don't know. Did Stan Lee come to Hong Kong one day, or you went all the way to the States to get that signed?
Yeah, I went to the States last time because I got to check. Because actually, after I created this mask, I've been contacted by a friend from Marvel, and he contacted me. Hey man, your mask is great. You want to meet Stan Lee? He's here.
No way.
And I say, yeah, damn sure, bro.
Of course, man. Of course.
Yeah, actually, I met Stanley twice there.
Twice.
Yeah, but I lost the chance to meet Tom Holland. Because back to the day I was creating this first mask, I'm still a college student. Okay. Because I have an examinations, my final examinations for my third year. Okay. And I lost the chance to meet Tom Holland in person.
All right. No way. Oh man. Yeah. A lot of sacrifice.
A lot of sacrifice.
Oh man. I hope the cosplayers right now are listening to this, because to see like how much time and effort you've been putting into this. It's so inspirational. I don't know if I can do even 10% of what you've been doing, because man, it's just something else. Again, we appreciate you for following your dreams. This is amazing what you're doing right now. It's a lot of skills, a lot of time, it's a lot of power just to get things happening over there. Mm-hmm. So now with Spider-Man's homecoming costume, are there other Spider-Man's designs you've been working on?
Besides the movie replicas, I'm working on like customized design. I like a lot of like a Spider-Man costume in comic, but actually in comic they don't have a lot of texture on it. The design is kind of clean build. It's a clean design without all the texture, the seams. And I was thinking, can I like do a redesign of the whole costume? Like if I don't know if you know, there's a Spider-Man called Superior Spider-Man. It's actually Doc Ock inside Peter's body. It's not Peter Parker. He's my favorite Spider-Man. He's my favorite Spider-Man because the plot is really good. It's written by Dan Slott. I love it so much. Yeah, and the comic design of the Spider-Man suit is really good already. But they don't have the like a real life replica yet. The real life design yet. So I tried to recreate the whole costume in a real life aspect, like adding sims, like some sims looks good, looks realistic, like the texture, like stuff. I try to imagine what would Doc Ock do if he's Spider-Man, if he's Peter Parker, if I'm Doc Ock. I finally get a Spider-Man body. I finally become my lifelong villain. Yeah, a rifle, not villain. I finally become him. What would I do? I'm gonna create the best Spider-Man suit ever. I'm gonna be better than him, just like the plot. So,
whoa, man. Whoa.
It's kind of like a method acting. I feels like I'm Doc Ock at that moment, and I keep thinking, what should I do? What should I create? Like, what texture should I add? Because Doc Ock is a scientist inside the comic. So he probably will create some nanotech fabric or like some bulletproof fabric for the costume. Okay. So I think of like adding some honeycomb webs inside on the costume, raised webs, the moving lenses, the moving legs. But actually, I don't have enough time to finish the legs because that costume is for another event. So it's a rush on that thing. But for the whole costume, it's my first time trying to use some like a thick spandex instead of like some thin spandex. Because before I used like 200-gram spandex, lycra spandex. But for that costume, I tried it 400 gram because I know from the Marvel's, no, not Marvel, Disney theme park. You know, they have a Disney theme park Spider-Man costume, and I know they use some really thick lycra for that costume, and I tried to replicate that feeling because it looks really good. So I'm trying to like get a proportion how to for the black part I will use some thin spandex. For the red part I will use some thick spandex. Try to like replicate the techie feel. How to do it like a real life costume, not just like skin tight suit. I want to make it like the night monkey suit from Far From Home, the black one.
Yeah.
I would create something like that, like an Asian costume instead of just a Spider-Man skin tight suit. Yeah, but eventually the suit it was done like in a week. I spent a week on that. It's really rushed on that thing. Screen printing, sewing, working on the mechanics, all the stuff. Wow, that was crazy. That week was crazy. But
I can only imagine.
I actually put on the suit on my mannequin over there. I'm not wearing it anymore. It looks really good. I'm not gonna wear it. I'm not gonna ruin it again. You know, I'm just putting there like display. Each time I come to my workshop, I'll just look at it. Oh, it looks really good. Yeah, but the Sims. I don't like the Sims. I'm gonna do it again.
Is there anybody else who is putting a lot of effort as much as you are on a Spider-Man suit?
Yeah, definitely yes. Definitely yes. Yeah, but he's not in the group anymore. He's not cosplaying because of some reasons. But somehow he's the OG of the Spider-Man cosplay, like the movie replica OG. His name is McLean Krager from the state. And
McLean Krager.
Yeah, he was my inspiration, my all-time inspiration. You know, he's the dude who's the guy who first making the mechanical lenses. He's the first one to do it. Yeah, and it looks really good at that time. It's 2016. It's like multi-layers moving lenses. And the craziest part is the trailer came out like 3 days ago and he made it.
All right.
That is super crazy. I was like, man, are you really actually just a cosplayer? You sure you're not working in the movie industry and you get all the concepts?
Exactly.
Yeah, what a trailer, bro. That's really crazy. And after a year, he did a live video to explain how he did it. And he said he had the design in his mind for like a Spider-Man mask that can express emotions, express facial expressions, like back to 2001 or 2002 already. He had the concept, but he never tried to make it. But so that's why he can do it that quick. That is super crazy, you know. I was like, I'm doing some good Spider-Man costume, and I saw his video. Oh my God.
Okay.
This guy is crazy. I wish I had a chance to meet him in person. I never have a chance to meet him. Because last time I went to the state, he was like busy on something else.
Okay.
I lost a chance to meet him. He's the OG.
So was there like a chance for you guys just to collaborate somehow? Maybe did you guys talk about collaboration, like on a Spider-Man suit, like the ultimate?
I wish on that, but he's completely disappeared after 2017 or 18. I forgot about it. He completely disappeared from social media. I can't find him anywhere. But he's really the OGs. He's really good at making Spider-Man costumes.
Maybe some of the cosplayers that are watching us right now can help us to track him and see what's going on. Because that would be cool to see him collaborating on, let's say, the ultimate Spider-Man suit. Thank you very much. Yeah, we want to see that. We want to see that.
Armor.
Oh man, we're inspired. We're inspired by you, man. This is crazy. It's like I'm looking at the questions right now. It's like I don't know what to ask you, man, because you're just phenomenal with your Spider-Man suit. It's like, oh my God, the time he's spending on all that. This is something else. But I think if I'm going to go to another question, tell me more about your Iron Spider-Man suit. It's like when you, yes, because apparently you got a lot of dishes going on. So did you enjoy it? Was it a challenge? Did you do it because you had to? Well, what is it with the Iron Man Spider-Man suit?
Definitely a challenge for me. Definitely, because if you ever watched the behind the scene of Infinity War, you know Tom Holland is wearing a mocap suit instead of a real actual suit. There aren't any like a actual suit, like a practical suit of Iron Spider. So I have to do it like all by myself. How to imagine the texture,
Man.
what kind of material, because it's way different than a normal skin tight suit. You know, there was armor, because from the movie it was generated nanotech. That's impossible in real life right now. Maybe impossible right now. It's possible in the future, but not possible right now. So I have to think of all kind of methods to create this. And I can say for the one with the moving legs behind, version 1, I just did it with screen printing. It doesn't look really good. The texture, it looks like it looked most like the concept art version instead of the movie version.
Okay.
They changed the design in last minute. And for the version 2, I used it like some, I don't know, I would say a weird technique. Because actually, they have like a different armor plate on the costume, like a small plate of armor, red on the red part. Okay. I didn't actually create the whole armor plate because I know that would decrease the stretchability, you know, the stretchiness. So I'll just puff paint the whole square, the whole armor square in some light red, in pink, light red, to create a contrast. Like if you don't look it closely, you will see, oh, it's real. It looks like an armor texture, but if you look closely, you will see it's just the highlight and the shadow. It looks like a costume. It looks like an armor. Yeah.
I mean, do you experiment all of these to find the right thing, or do you go on YouTube? Do you ask a lot of people? Like you're giving me an amazing guideline here. It's like, is he just giving me his secret? Is he like giving me all the details and to everybody? It's like, how did you figure out how to do a suit like that? How did you figure out this latex? It's all of that. Is it like, you know, I don't know, did you experiment a lot of things? Did you have to ask around? Did you go to YouTube? What did you do, man, to learn all of that?
I actually just, I did go to YouTube to get some inspirations, but there aren't any actual tutorial to tell you how to do costume, to do like a texture, because it's too specific in some part. You know, if I Google how to screen print, they would just do t-shirt screen printing or like cup screen printing, you know, on paper screen printing. They won't have any tutorials like on screen printing, like an armor texture, the color you want. So you have to do what I did is a lot of imaginations, a lot of experiments. I had to find like every possible method that I can do, and I can afford it. The possible thing, you know.
Afford it. That's the word. Okay.
Actually, I saw a guy from the States, a cosplayer from the state, who did the Black Panther cosplay, but he did it in a different way, not doing just a skin tight. He did the screen printing too, but he actually tried to create a shininess by making a silver stretchable muscle suit under the costume. So it looks like really shiny under the sun. And he talks about how to, you know, casting or molding on the muscles, and actually it's a great technique to create the armor texture. You can keep the shininess and the stretchiness at the same time. That was kind of that was very inspiring me. That was very inspiring me. But you know the cost of doing this. The cost is really, you know, it's a huge problem. I might
didn't want to ask you that. Didn't want to ask you about the cost, like, you know, because I mean, it goes without saying, with all the time you've been giving and the 3D printer on the other side, you know, and all the stuff I'm seeing, like, it's all cool, it's all great. But then I'm like, part of me is like saying, you must paid a lot for all of this. It was like a lot of investment. I don't know if he took a loan to do all of this, but I can only imagine the word. That's why I said the word sacrifice. You know, what comes to what you're doing right now, I use the word sacrifice because it's like you've been putting time, effort, and a lot of things going on. And like looking at your workshop right now, can you just give us a little look about your, you know, for your workshop? And we'd love to see that.
Maybe I will do it in here in this area because it's kind of messy at the behind right now. It's kind of messy, you know. I'm finishing the commission mask right now. Maybe I'll just do a little tours over here because the camera is over here.
All right.
You know, it's connected. Okay. You can see here, it's my 3D printer. It's an FDM printer. You can print all the FDM printer. I'm actually trying to invest on the resin printer, but maybe later. I'm still using the
All right,
Infinity
yeah.
for the free shells first. Yeah, this
Slowly
one.
but surely, you know.
For this one is actually kind of it's very useful for me because it can create like any type of any size, like the helmet and stuff. Because I mainly focus on like human size props, like facial or web shooters thing. So this one is kind of useful for me. And I don't know if you can see that's my workbench over here. It's very messy right now. Yeah.
Oh, look at that, man! It's like a Iron Man workshop. You're like at Stark Industries right here.
Yeah, I do have some, I do have some followers or my fans told me you should tidy up your workbench. But sorry, I'm just
Awesome.
I'm not like Peter from the PS4 game, the Spider-Man game. I'm messy
Yeah.
because I'm working like, 24/7 on the mask, on design new stuff. So it's impossible to clean. And you can see over there, there's a little keyboard with the
we can see that
mask I'm working on. This one is the Miles mask from the PS5 trailer, and this one is the Superior Venom. It's the Spider-Man that I talked about before. The Dark Arc one who get symbiote on his body. Is the more aggressive version of Venom.
Okay. Cool, man. Cool. Oh, man. So you have your own utopia going on over there, right?
Yeah.
It's like we can be in Zen. Like I'm in my space right now. I'm in my zone. Like we can be yourself, do your thing, and just get creative and explore more and just get smarter. Because everything you do is just super smart, man.
Thank you so much. Because I can say, besides enjoying making stuffs, making Spider-Man props and costume, it's kind of like a healing process for me, for myself.
A healing process
for me. I'm actually suffer from depression sometimes, like creators thing. Sometimes if I can make something like perfectly, I will like I don't want to do it anymore. I really sacrifice a lot on the whole cosplay things, but
I can only imagine
by making it's kind of just kind of I don't know, fighting back this theory because making masks, making new costume is therapy for me. It's a therapy.
Beautiful. I love that word.
Besides like healing myself, I'm more besides making stuff inside a workshop. I like wearing a costume, like walk around in my town, in my city, just met up with random people, because each time the kids see me in costumes, they was like, "You're really Spider-Man?" They keep asking me to think, "Can you jump off the building? Can you do this? Can you do that?" There's some struggles inside because I have to think about how to be creative. Like I can't say I can't do it because I'm really Spider-Man when I'm in costume. I have to tell them, yeah, I can do it, but not today. I did it in the movie. Have you saw it? Like ask them questions. To solve
this is amazing.
But I actually do have a new plans on how to solve these kind of problems. I'm working on web shooters. That can actually shoot webs that will resolve in hours. It's not that strong to hold myself on a building or something like that. It's just shooting some thick webs, like web fluid, to the wall or to the floor, just to show them this thing is working. Sure. It's not just a prop. Yeah, that's my plan in the future.
Oh man. Look, my son here right now just joined. He was watching the stream and he was like, dude, he wants to be Spider-Man. Don't you want to be Spider-Man? It's like you're inspiring kids. You're talking about kids. My son, it's like watching us right now. It's like, you know what? I want to see him in real life.
I should in costume. Man, yeah, maybe next time I should be in costume, not just a Spider-Man T-shirt.
Oh man.
You see my
amazing
change.
It's just you just hit on some really important topics right now, which is the fact that you said that it's therapy. It's a healing process, and I think a lot of cosplayers would share the same experience with you when you say, when you do it not because you want to impress somebody or you want to be famous or you make money out of it or you just want to be called for every event out there to build whatever ego or you fill in some kind of fame status, but you're doing it for yourself, which is very important. And I think a lot of cosplayers, they share the same thing. The moment when you do it for yourself is where you get the most creative. Because you don't put any limitations. There are no limits to what you want to do when it comes to self-therapy. So I want to say thank you so much for sharing that. And I think a question just came up right now, which is when you are wearing the Spider-Man suit, you said you feel that you are Spider-Man. So can you tell me, what is that feeling? How does Spider-Man feel? What is it to feel like Spider-Man? How is it to be? I don't know. I mean, I think simply said, how does it feel to be Spider-Man?
I would say it's hope for people, not just me. Yeah, I'm not trying to like making things complicated. It's just my actual feelings. It represents hope. Just like in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie, it says Spider-Man represents hope. That's really the thing for me, you know. When I wear my costumes, I feel hope, because you know I can make people feel better, not just me. Because of course I'm in a costume, I can feel like I'm Spider-Man, not just a normal kid from everywhere, like a, you know, that can do nothing. Because sometimes depression hit me so hard. I think I'm kind of, you know, effortless, like I'm useless sometimes, you know, that things. But each time when I'm wearing costumes, I have a mission, and I want to bring the joy to the kids, to the family, just random kids on the street. You know, that's very cool. That's a really nice thing. And besides that, making the moving lenses, like creating props, I didn't expect that. You know, after doing all this stuff, I inspired a lot of people to do it themselves. You know, because I don't have enough time, you know, to balance the work-life balance already. But so I don't have time, you know, to work on. I actually have a thought to doing more tutorials. I did one before, but I'm not very good at speaking in front of camera.
You're amazing. What are you talking about? You're doing an amazing job talking.
When you filming me, you know, just look at the camera. I'm not very good, you know, get the camera jitters, you know, I'm not very good at that. So I'm trying to, you know, walk through this to making more videos, because I want people to learn how to make stuff, not just buying stuff. I want them to experience my experience, you know, on how to make costume, on being Spider-Man. How to bring it's a mission for me. Spider-Man is a special character. It's not just like a normal comic book Spider-Man. I'm comic book characters, because I did Deadpool before. It's fun, but it's different. It's very different.
Deadpool, man. Deadpool, you need to have 3 characters or 3 personalities in your head just to be Deadpool. Man, forget about the costume, but to be Deadpool, man.
Actually, when I did Deadpool cosplay, because I always just method acting when I'm cosplaying. I don't know, I drew too deep inside characters. I would talk to, like, if no one's here, I would just talk to the air when I'm cosplaying Deadpool.
Yeah,
you have to balance. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Just last time I did Joker with my girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah, I did Joker before.
Okay, can you do the Joker's laugh? Maybe. I mean, just the costume, or you were the Joker's personality?
I didn't do it. I didn't do the classic one. I did the Suicide Squad one. The Suicide Squad one. You know, version.
Cool.
I was like, keep looking at the trailer, how to do the, you know, I forgot the line. Yeah, I forgot already. I can't do it anymore. You know, I'm still Spider-Man now. That was a great progress. You know.
I want to remember the line too. Oh my god! Okay. Yeah.
I forgot the line already. Yeah, I forgot the line.
It's okay. It's all good. Man. It's all good. You said about life. You know, I mean, that was one question I wanted to ask you as well. It's like, because as you being, you know, an engineer, at the same time having a workshop and doing the cosplay on the side. I mean, how do you juggle all of that? I mean, how is life with you?
Yeah, I don't think I can do any balance, any juggling.
I can only imagine. Buddy.
Sacrifices are everywhere, you know. Everywhere, you know. I spend a week every week, in every single week in my workshop. Just keep making new stuffs, creating new stuff. Even if I back to my home, even when I'm sleeping, I dream of what I'm doing too. You know, I dream of the mechanism. That's really crazy. I know I drew too deep into this thing, but someone just said, "I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you really, really bad." The line, the Joker's line.
Oh, okay. Oh yes, I'm not gonna go get hurt really, really bad.
Yeah, really, really bad. Yeah, bad. I don't think I can do it.
Oh man, it's yeah. It just needs practice, definitely.
Okay.
But I think you got the voice going. That's for sure. You got the voice going. All right. On to the next question.
Okay.
No. Oh wow. That's actually, I think we talked about that. But when you did Spider-Man, of course, you had a drive. You had this self-satisfaction going on, you know, the satisfactory motive of getting it done. But did you ever have goals of doing all these Spider-Man costumes?
Goals, maybe in different aspects. Like for the costume,
okay,
I want to create like just like the movie texture, like movie grade costumes by hand, by this little workshop. That's my goal on costuming.
Sure.
Because you know, in the movie industry, they do have a lot of resources to do it. But when I don't have enough resources, I have to do it my way. I have to like find a way that I can do it, to possibly do it just like the movie, but in a lower cost. And but a lot of time consuming. Yeah, that's the point. And besides the costume for the lenses, just this moving lenses, I'm about to finish the final version. Yeah, because
man,
moved on from these props because I have to finish the final version. Except the third movie coming out, if they have new functions, gosh, I have to do it again. I have to like do it again. Yeah. And maybe I will do one more customized suit, custom design suit for Spider-Man. And I'm gonna move on to another characters because I do have ideas on how to make a super realistic CGI recreated Iron Man costume.
Wow! Yeah. Wow! So how far are we from that?
Pretty much so far.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Dude, the more I'm listening about what you're doing, I'm like, wow, you're way out of our leagues right now. You're way ahead of us in everything and a lot of things you're doing right now. This is amazing. So what is your job? I mean, with all you've been saying, you do all this cosplay. Is this really your job right now?
Oh, I do customized design for people, like suit design and some 3D design, a little bit 3D design, and a little bit customize the prop for people. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mainly focus on these three parts, and that's why I don't have enough time to do new costumes. I do have a lot of ideas on new costume, new characters, but yeah, you know, life does kill me a lot. Kills me. Yeah.
Oh, so like, let's say you wake up, you receive some orders from custom designs, and you design them, and then whenever you got the time, you work on your own designs. That's what's happening right now.
Exactly, just like that. Exactly.
How many hours do you spend every day right now on this job?
24/7. 24/7. No, I'm just kidding.
24/7.
I try to have like 5 hours sleep per day. 5 hours to 6 hours. It's not that healthy, but I'm trying to get 5 and 6 hours every day. But because just like I mentioned before, I try to get a good habit, a good diet for my body. So I'm trying to get like more than 7 hours sleep time for each day. 7 hours. So, you know, beside the 7 hours, I'm like having lunch while I'm doing design stuff.
I can only imagine that you're doing that. Right now. I can like he's eating while he's doing the designs. He's talking to his family, and while he's like sewing something, he's printing the gauntlet while he is, you know, washing his hair and brushing his teeth.
Exactly.
Oh man, I mean, if I had the chance to fly to Hong Kong, I will do a show out of you, man. You'll be a show. I'll create content out of you, just out of your life.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. No problem. Just come. I can see my workshop. You know, I wish my camera can turn back all the way back 360. You can see my workshops. You can see all the masks, all the props, prototype I made is over there. It's just over there. You know.
Like most of the designs or most of the requests you receive are from Asia or from Hong Kong, or do you receive like international requests for
international requests? I do receive international requests. Some of them is movie creators, some of them is just you know, collector, hobby collectors. So different kind of customers internationally.
Oh wow, man, dude, you wouldn't believe this, but we just finished 3 pages of questions. 3.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I know, but the thing is, man, because you're natural. So when he told me, it's like, you know, you're not really much of a talker in front of a camera. I'm like, what is he talking about? This guy's he's a natural talker. Like everybody's just listening to you, man. And we're having so much fun just listening to you, man. What are you talking about? You should have a YouTube channel and make it happen. Definitely.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much.
We'll support you, man. We'll support you. I'll be your first. I'm your fan. I'm your biggest fan. I'm gonna subscribe, share every time you do anything. I'm there for you, buddy.
Yeah, if you ever come to Hong Kong, just tell me. Just tell me. I will bring you, you know, to the best place in Hong Kong. Just workshop tour in here.
That'd be amazing. I guess we're down to the last question from my side, at least before we go to the audience. Now, plans beyond cosplay. Any plans? Yeah. Oh, whoa. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, beyond cosplay, I never thought about that yet because I still have a lot of ideas on cosplay. But I do have plans on making inventions, like innovative inventions. Yeah, because right before I cosplaying, I was doing the exosuit, but it's actually a huge plan and it's too huge for me, not practical enough. But right now, after resources, after knowledge, I want to do some like mini props, like mini gadgets that can help you in real life, not just costuming. That's actually functioning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doing like you're talking about like inventing devices, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, like small devices. Because for example, I don't mind to share because maybe someone has the same idea. Each day I go to my workshop or like other places. I feel I'm kind of a lazy person in life. I'm putting too much into cosplaying and prop making, so I don't want to waste times in my life. Each time I'm tightening my suit, my sneakers are tightening it, the sneakers. I was thinking it's a waste of time. How come no one make a device to help, solving this problem? It's really wasting a lot of time. So I was trying to like think of a design, like a little gadget to help me to put on my suits, like from the let's go Back to the Future movie. The sneakers.
Yeah. Oh wow, dude, you got our support all the way. You got our support all the way. That's for sure. Okay, question from a contest winner, Waleed Wolverine. Making superhero costumes must be a lot of work. So tell us a little bit more about how can you keep yourself motivated when you do that kind of work with Spider-Man.
How to keep myself motivated? I will say I will keep scrolling like in Instagram or Facebook in social media. Keep scrolling on the like movie tag of the costume. I will keep on like looking into the costume, thinking about the design, how they do it in the movie, or how they do it because they actually bring something from the comic design into real life. How do they do it? Because I never studied any like design degree or fashion degree. I have no ideas how they create stuff from zero. So I just do it, like follow my mind to do it. But I really want to know how they do it in the industry. So that's my point. That's my way to keep myself motivated. Because each time I look at the movie costume, not just Spider-Man, like any type of movie costume, it was movie magic. How do they do it?
Sure.
Like what materials and how do I do it? How do I like do it in low cost in an easier way to do it? Because sometimes they require some super tacky things that I don't know that maybe I can obtain the tag from my side. So I have to think of like be creative how to do it in my way. That's how I keep myself motivated.
Amazing. Let's see right now. Suits you enjoyed making the most?
Oh, the costume that I enjoy making the most. Definitely my customized design. I like making customized Spider-Man suit more than movie replicas because making replicas of moving suit. Movie suit. Yeah, it's kind of great if you can do it, but each time I look at my costume, my replicas, I will find some like details that is not that good, so I have to redo the whole suit. It's kind of exhausting in this part. Like they have an actual suit to compare with yours, so it's kind of exhausting me, the actual suit. But for customized suit, there were a lot of freedom, way more freedom than doing replicas. So my customized spider suit is my favorite. It's the easiest way. It's the easiest one. I enjoy it a lot. I just get a paper, draw it the whole costume by hand, and think of the texture, like jot down some notes on it, and put the whole design into the computer and create the patterns, do some trial and test, screen printing, and think of any tacky stuff, just like the advanced suit from the PS4 game. If I'm Spider-Man and my old costume is ripped and I can't defeat this villain, what should I do? What should I add into this costume?
Amazing, man.
You have to like balance the design from the classic costume in the real life costume, the tacky one. You have to balance the whole design. And you have to maybe sometimes if you're creating an real life costume, you have to think of something like the Sims. How do you hide the Sims?
Okay.
Yeah, how do you hide the Sims? And how do you add some fake sims to make it looks good. Just like swimsuit. Sometimes some swimsuit they have some sims that is useless. Some kind is useless just for decorating. You have to think of those.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I'm enjoying doing this thing. This whole process is really, it's a therapy. It's really a therapy. Satisfying.
I mean, if there's any words right now, we are pretty much taking away out of this is motivation, therapy, self-healing, sacrifice. Yeah. That's definitely, bored. No, but I can't snap. I can't snap.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't tempt me, man. Look, I got all the stones and they're shining right now.
Yeah.
And beware.
Yeah.
That's happening. I mean, my son is watching this right now. He's asking me like on the sides. He's super excited. He said, "How can I learn to be like Mr. Cavin?" So I think if anybody would like to say, I would like to learn some stuff out of the things you've been doing right now, can you actually put an outline curriculum, like a study case? It's like, can you actually give tutorials of how you've done all you've done the last 6 years in an actual course, like a master class?
I have plans on this master class, but I do have to like put a lot of effort on this one. I'm definitely gonna do it on YouTube. Start from the basic, how to create patterns, from the final products, like not just creating the costume, something about the concept design, like your concept, how to think of the concept of costumes, like the characters you are thinking to make. Maybe just like if you want to make a Spider-Man, like a symbiote Spider-Man, you have to think of it. It's way different from the classic costume. Like how do you? Because that's the main problem that I always think of the symbiote costume. There's a lot of, for skin texture, there's a lot of sims. But for the symbiote costume, there shouldn't be any sims. It's an organic texture, organic material. How do you create those texture without like reducing the stretchiness of the costume? That's the thing you have to think of. And maybe you want to make it looks like a slime, or just like normal costume, but you have the web line to cover the sims, all the part like this. Yeah, maybe. A little different design on the white spider, all the stuff. You have to think of it. You have to draw like tons of concept designs before you actually putting them together.
Okay, man. Wow. Can't wait for that to happen. Again, we're gonna promote you and support you all the way till the end, man, because you deserve that. 6 years. I think we gotta see some crazy stuff coming up next with you, Mr. Cavin. I mean, we can't wait to see your creativity just going to different dimensions and breaking new limits. That's for sure. I can't wait for that. So let's see if we have more questions. I mean, I don't know if we have any more questions by the audience. We're gonna wait for a few seconds here. I guess. Well, I think we're on the clear. All right. So, Mr. Cavin, tell me, last words you'd like to give to your lovely audience around the world, and especially here in the Middle East with EComicConLive.
Always, I have a motto: stay tuned and stay creative.
Stay tuned, stay creative, man. Thank you so much, Mr. Cavin. We learned so much. Thank you for your time. It's like, what, 11 o'clock right now at your place?
I'm sorry?
It's 11 o'clock right now?
Yeah, 11 o'clock here in my place.
Okay. And what, you're going to go crash, or you're going to go work on a design right now?
Yeah, exactly. I still have like 60 miles over there. Yeah, I'm going to finish there.
Busy, man. It's good. Keep it up. I think out of all the people in the pandemic, you made the most out of it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. Cavin. You've been amazing. You've been awesome. And it's such an inspiration to see, a person that is right now in front of us doing such an amazing work with Spider-Man and being Spider-Man himself. I think right now, man, you're not Spider-Man. Spider-Man wants to be you in this case. Because you are a superhero to a lot of people. Doing what you're doing right now and bringing hope and inspiration, you are a superhero. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Fury right now calls you up and say, "Hey, man, Kev, Avengers, let's go."
Sure, I'm gonna do it. But Mr. Stark, I'm not sure. Should I do it, Mr. Stark?
Classic. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and we can't wait to see you live. We can't wait to have you here back in the Middle East once everything back to normality.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I think we gotta go back to work, I guess, right?
Yeah, sure. My pleasure.
All right. Okay. Bye.
Bye.